Hey guys, welcome to BitBoy Crypto, the #1 YouTube. No, I'm kidding. So this is Crypto Scene Investigation, where we have a look at different cryptocurrency projects to see whether or not they're actually worth investing in. Today, we're going to be looking at pretty horses. No, I'm kidding. We're looking at Derace. So let's find out exactly who Derace is, what they do, why they're interesting, and would they be worth investing in. Now, I believe it was in the Vulcan Forge video, which I did mention something about Derace. And today we're looking into it. So, what exactly is Derace? Derace describes itself as a complete NFT horse racing ecosystem that wants to set a new standard for the betting and gaming industries. Derace provides an opportunity to buy and breed NFT horses with unique characteristics, bet on real-time NFT horse races, and build your own NFT hippodrome. That's a cool word, eh? Hippodrome. To host races in and rake in profit. So yeah, we don't really need to read the rest of that, but that's essentially the sort of basics. So if I'm to re-describe it in my own words, it's sort of like online horse racing, sport betting, or whatever, if you want to call it that. Yeah, so as you can see, we got a lot of tabs, so let's start from the beginning. What do you see? What is a word which you can see in this particular page which stands out to you? So this is one of the rare tokens which I've actually seen where it actually says seems scam. Usually they say risky or high risk or something like that, but this one, seems scam. Carp high. Anyway, so let's have a read of it. Dev wallets, 67%. That possibly makes a bit of sense. And I'll tell you the difficulties which I've had with this as well, because there is a little bit of difficulties going on as well. Magic, new tab appeared. All right. So, so it says dev token. So I believe that this is a part of their, probably their like main kind of wallet or distribution thing. I'm not exactly sure if they're proof of work. They're likely probably proof of stake, judging by like exactly what the actual coin is, or token, I should say. Yeah. So LP info, no with pairs. Only 82% should be burned or locked, should be over 95%. Okay, sure. So I personally, judging by these stats, I'm not too worried, even though, you know, it's sort of scammy. I'm not too worried looking at these stats. There's nothing which sort of screams to me, oh my gosh, this is freaky. So let's have a look at some of the holders. So this is the Derace. These are the Derace holders. So as we can see that 67% up the top here, and the others are 5% and below. Now it was hard. I seriously couldn't seem to find any like sort of tokenomics which were mentioned in their white paper, which is a bit sussy, to be honest. Is a little bit concerning. But otherwise it's actually kind of decentish. So this is some of the token metrics which we can see. So we can see that private runs, so 28%. So TGE investing 6% of the public run, marketing 15%, liquidity 25%, team 10%, advisors 5%, and development 11%. That is below what we need. So when I say below, so essentially anything which is above 30%, which is I guess held with like the team, or you know, like the team or the main, I guess, wallet holders, is usually something which is to be of concern, right? But something where it's like 10%, 5%, and 11%, I mean that's what, like 26%, and I mean like 11% is dedicated to the development, and you've got 10% to the team. Now, keep in mind, this is not currently officially launched, okay? So they've had an IDO which happened during Q3. So this is their roadmap. We like roadmaps. All right, so this is the IDO which we saw within Q3. So you know, you can do some pre-orders, release of 3D models and elements, early access for testers, advisors, smart contracts, interaction setup. So that's cool. So Q4, I don't know which ones of these have been done. This has probably been done, the platform beta launch. We'll see if we can buy it on any exchanges yet. So we'll just have a look at the overview. So you can buy it on, okay, so I do have a link in my description for Gate.io if you want to sign up and buy it on there. But you can also get it on things like Uniswap and PancakeSwap. But keep in mind, so I did see some comments on my Vulcan Forged video mentioning, so somebody bought a Uniswap, bought some of the pair token from Uniswap, and apparently they bought it at a different price, and yeah, they might have had a bad time because the system got hacked, and I think that they might have redone their coins or something like that. I'm not exactly sure how they fixed it or how it worked. Hopefully that guy did end up getting his money back, a guy or gal, but we're not entirely sure. So Uniswap and PancakeSwap can be a little bit iffy when it comes to that. Gate.io is a lot more like Binance / KuCoin. So I mean, this Derace is probably going to be removed or removed. Is probably going to be moved onto KuCoin at some point as well as, you know, some of the other big ones. So you've also got the Crypto.com exchange as well. So anyway, let's have a look at the other stats which we have. I do not know. Oh, okay. Oh, so this actually also shows some of the tokenomics. So this is just a little graph showing the tokenomics which we saw. So as you can see, so private run 28%. So that private run, we'll see if we can see that in here somewhere. That's probably somewhere amongst there. Yeah, but I still don't know why we have a 67% wallet. Why do we have a 67% wallet? That's a bit concerning. Now keep in mind, this isn't a part of the circulating supply, because the circulating supply is only at 36 million, and this currently contains 81 million. So circulating supply is likely going to be everything below that. So I believe that it has something to do with being like a special dev wallet for who knows what. Haven't been able to see that. And as we can see, the rank is also 344. So, you know, this does have a bit of room to go. I love what these guys, I love what these guys stand for, but at the same time, I'm not interested in gambling. So I mean, technically cryptocurrency is kind of gambling, right? So, token sniffer, what do we find out about here? So, 5 out of 100 risk, I kind of have to like ignore this part almost every time I look at these coins, because almost every coin I find is like something saying risk or high risk, so literally ignore that. Yeah, smell test. So, source does not contain a plausible contract. The source code contains a plausible contract which could potentially allow transfers to be halted. Okay, so it does have a plausible contract, so that may not necessarily be a bad thing. I don't see that as much of a bad thing, especially, yeah, we'll have a look into reasons why I think that, because we are going to have a look at a bunch of the developers and all that sort of jazz, to actually see if, you know, they're actually worth, I don't know, following or whatever, right? So, ownership. Is that? Okay. Then we have a look at ownership renounced. So that's fine. I mean, a bunch of these other things don't really have that. Token supply contains less than 5% of token supply, 67%. So as I say, I don't know what that is for. If any of you guys want to reach out to Derace themselves, feel free to actually comment on this YouTube video and actually say what's going on with that, because that's an awfully high percentage. And we also have, so liquidity analysis, at least, okay, cool, so at least 95% of it burn/locked, and it's got less than 0.01%. So that's a little bit about that. We'll exit out of that because we don't really need that open right now. The roadmap, so what else do they have? So animated race launch, wallet integration. So as I say, don't know if these are actually done yet, but upcoming things, full platform launch. So these are for Q1 Q1 to Q2 of 2022, which I like that. I like seeing where can the projects go from here. Additional NFT horse items launch. I feel like you guys probably want to see the horses, but I'll show you them soon. Auction system integration. Hippodrome is launched. By the way, learned that the word hippodrome, hippo means horse from Greek, and drome just means race course. Fancy that, eh? I might have a tab which shows that, but anyway, yeah, I've got it there. Derace is then going to be going on to mobile app and iOS for Android, which is cool. Add services and integration. So a bunch of this stuff's pretty neat, man. So a bunch of the stuff, they are actually looking at something so to me, this says that they are doing stuff. To me, this says that they aren't just being, you know, like lazy gypsies or whatever, and they're actually doing a bunch of stuff, right? Sorry if that's offensive. Subscribers. So let's have a look at the subscribers. So it looks like this hasn't been around for too long. It's only been around since about August, but as we can see, we've had a bit of a steady growth. Nothing crazy exponential, but keep in mind that could also be due to the fact that keep in mind that this project hasn't fully launched yet. So this is pre-launch, but it has had their initial DEX offering for their Derc token. All right, just to help you guys understand that little piece of knowledge. Comments per day, cool. So we've had over 30, and then there's not much talk about it at the moment. So there's not much community interaction, which is positive and negative when it comes to this thing, because you could say, well, that's because not many people know about how good it is yet, or people aren't talking about it because they the team is still working on good stuff, or you could be like, well, people have stopped being interested in it, right? So you could sort of go on kind of those sort of things. So this is their actual Reddit page. Nothing which I've seen which is like crazy impressive or anything, so yeah, it's kind of alright. Their Twitter stats, so let's have a look at these detailed statistics. So they have 163,000, and as we can see, there hasn't been a whole lot of followers from their total followers within the last little wee while. So I mean, they have been getting followers every day, which is good, but they haven't been getting like that many followers compared to the total amount of followers. So as I say, I feel like right now it is in a bit of a downward slump. And we'll actually check to see if actually the market resembles that. So we'll just quickly have an overview of that. So yeah, so it's kind of just been a few little small hills up and down since about since kind of like early-ish December, right? And yeah, we would have seen that kind of a miniature peak, which there were a few other projects which actually were a part of this miniature peak as well. But it went all the way up to $8, which I mean, it's currently $4, so that would have been a 2x from here if you'd bought, but then it would have been a lot more if you'd gotten all the way down there, right? And this would have been so the 8th, that is August, no, June, July I think, no, 9th September, so it's August. So 8th, so you would have seen the 8th going up, so 0.5. If you'd seen that going to $8, that would have been like a 20x, right? So but in terms of future projections, do not know with this so far, man. Your boy doesn't really try to predict the future too well, but so this is the actual Derace thing. Let's have a look at let's check out some of these posts. We'll see if maybe any of them kind of have any we'll see if any of them have much interactions, because we want to see something. Oh, that's cute. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so let's have a look and see and make sure that none of these guys are just like what is it, spam accounts or whatever, or fakes or what have you, because yeah, that's something which can definitely stand out, as if they're just a bunch of like spam accounts and I don't know, just posting projects that like pay them and stuff. So I mean, that could possibly be one. Automation addict. Yeah, okay, so yeah, I'd say we definitely have real followers, so it doesn't seem like these guys are necessarily buying or faking their followers. They might be, but from the seams of it, doesn't seem like they're like too scammy or spammy or whatever. By the way, if you guys have any sort of sources where you can find a way, maybe like some website like this, for instance, where it can identify which followers are actually like fake followers or well spammy followers or whatever, or promotion pages. Let me know, because I've had a bunch of them message me asking like, hey, if you pay $90 you can promote yourself, and I'm like, nah, we can do it for free though, because that sounds good. So yeah, so a little bit less interaction. So as I say, 163,000 followers. I would have probably expected a little bit more comments per post, but it's alright. People are talking about it. It's not bad. So this is the last 30 days. So as you can see, so the blue is Derace Crypto, the red is Derace, and the yellow is Derace NFT. So I decided to sort of search all those up. So Derace Crypto itself has not really been searched too heavily. It's been pretty low. So Derace is definitely something which has been looked up a little more. Yeah, and it looks like in terms of the word Derace, it's gone pretty high. But then as we can see, Derace Crypto and Derace NFT both drop down to 0. So yeah, don't know exactly what that means in terms of Google Trends, but you can try to decipher that on your own. So this is the main website. Look at how cute that horse is. So we've got breed and race. Both of these are currently under construction, so we can't actually see exactly what they show. But if you want to see what it looks like that. So one thing I do recommend for you guys, and this will probably be, might be one of my tabs along here. Here we go. So this is risks. Now, if you guys want to search deeper into this, I'm not going to go into this today because it's a lot of information. But if you guys want to go into this, go to the website derace.com and click risk disclaimer. Okay, so these are some of the risks which they talk about. So the volatility of tokens, the no governance rights attaching tokens, changes to platforms. So they go through a bunch of various things to kind of give you, I guess, like warning / hindsight about what's happening with it, right? So I personally, I personally haven't really read through all this. But I mean, this is, I don't know, I feel like almost every crypto project probably has a bunch of this. No anonymity, your participation project holding blah blah. Oh yeah, your addresses and such, yeah, will be recorded because it's on the blockchain, right? So yeah, so that's typical. And there's a hippopotamus. Hippopotamus is my favorite animal, by the way, in case you're wondering. But hippos, horse, potamus, river, hippopotamus. Anyway, cool, exit. Next one. So these are some of the horses which you can get. I have had a look at some of these horses myself, and they look pretty ugly, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, they just, I don't know, they just look average. But keep in mind, this could just be the beta, okay? So as we see, beta tier, right? So that's kind of, you know, like the real early ons, right? I mean, are there really that many pretty NFTs in the NFT marketplace? Not likely, right? But these are horses, so these are, you know, like Gen 0, right? So if you guys want to know what they look like, so this is just the roadmap again. Oh, look at this! Tokenomics on their website. How the heck did I miss that? Let's have a look at some of their partners as well. Animoca Brands. Do recognize them. You guys probably recognize them as well. CMS. That's a familiar name. The Wings Ventures, not really. So these guys have got a bunch of backers and partners, which is good. Evangelion, I've heard of them. Mintable, I believe that we saw that yesterday on the video, I think the Nair video. These were one of the guys, I think, who were working on the Nair ecosystem. And Chainlink, that's another one not from Nair. And then Binance NFT. And DAOmaker, I am familiar with that name as well. So yeah, so it looks like we've got some alright kind of promotions in regards to the actual project itself. So this sort of just talks about a little bit of this. And I mean, I quite like this animation, right? Like, I mean, like, the horse doesn't look ugly. Like, it looks nice. It doesn't look bad. Now, here is one of the things which Alex Becker did mention, because he's the one who I heard this from again. So, and he says that, you know, it's going to be one of those ones which is probably going to pop off in 2022, right? So he did mention that one thing when it comes to investing into projects is being able to see the gameplay, because we want to be able to see the gameplay, right? But let's actually have a look at some of the team. I'll exit out of that, and we can exit out of that as well. So let's have a look at some of the team, right? So this is Adamus, the CEO. So as we can see, he's had a decent background. Cybersecurity consultant, we've had head of information technology department, freelance software architect, CEO. Next one, this chick is the one who actually started it, so she's the founder, and the CMO, so she was also the founder of Media Bubbles. So it seems like she's got a decent amount of marketing background. So actually, this is one reason why I feel as though, so she's almost kind of like a secret weapon from what I see from my point of view, because we have somebody who, she has been the marketing director, she's been a head of communications and head of digital, right? Which in my point of view says that she actually knows about creatives, and so creatives being like pictures and art and stuff, and she kind of knows a little bit more about what works and what doesn't work. So I appreciate that. I think that is really cool. Yeah, so that's one thing which is quite attractive to me, is the fact that we have somebody who is the founder, who has that level of attractiveness to their experience and background, right? Cool. So then we have, I'm not going to pronounce that name. So Chief Technology Officer, like, these guys' backgrounds are good, man. Like, these guys' backgrounds are good. So we have game designer, Unity developer, game designer, Unity 3D concept creator. I mean, this guy's been in the biz for, I don't know, like since 2018 by the looks of it. Yeah, so I mean, it doesn't mean that he's bad or anything. And then we have JavaScript developer. So this guy, I think he's probably in charge of the blockchain, is he? JavaScript developer. Where is his thing with... It doesn't show the Derace one on his one. Interesting. Front-end developer, web developer. So these guys don't seem like a bunch of chumps. These guys seem like people who are actually properly researched. They have good backgrounds. They have good references behind their names. Emirates International Flight Attendant. Cool. Business Development Manager, Marketing Manager. So yeah. So I think good with that sort of thing. So I like how we can see the team. They have profiles. Yeah, so that's a little bit with them. So let me give you my sort of last insights. I know that this video is longer than most of my videos. It's over 20 minutes long, but there's a lot of information to cover during this one. So here is my opinion with this. So one thing which I love about these guys is the fact that from what they are trying to do, they are actually trying to essentially take away the manipulation within the horse racing market, right? So this is the main thing which I see with these guys. So for instance, lack of transparency, safety, and privacy, decentralized solutions, guaranteed transparency. They go off a RNG-based technology, which stands for random number generated technology, which to me, so they essentially have a, I don't know exactly how to describe it, but we'll see if we can actually have a look, because one of these pictures, one of these things does actually show so horse breeding, right? So you can have like, so this will be offspring, you can have different stats on the horses and everything, but I'll show you the actual horse racing itself. So people are likely going to bet on this, and I personally think that this is probably going to be a good thing to be able to, to replace some of the actual real life horse racing things, because those can kind of be manipulated to some extent by actual human beings, whereas this one is much less likely. Each race for a set fee, the winning horse collects percent of all participants. The races are based on RNG technology, therefore the winner of the race is random. The speed and stamina parameters play a role. It might influence the win, but does not guarantee it. So as you can see, so we have like chances of winning, right? Chance of winning. And so you've got like the different horses and different coins and stuff and all that sort of jazz. So that's sort of what we've got with that, right? So I don't know why it says controlled RNG, but yeah. So that would, yeah, RNG. Gotcha. So yeah, honestly, I think that when it, I personally, so I'm not going to invest in this, because I personally do not like the idea of, these guys are essentially just like, I mean, horse betting is just kind of straight gambling, right? I mean, it's kind of like that little stake rocket ship game or whatever, where, it's just kind of gambling, right? So that's why I don't really like that very much. But, if let's say you do want to get some money or gain some money, I think that this could be a good project to invest in right now. Personally, I don't see too many red flags. I mean, these things don't scare me too much, only because the project is not officially released. That's why that doesn't really scare me too much, because it seems like for having a $170 million market cap and being ranked 344, that doesn't frighten me too much. That does not scare me too much. Yeah. So anyway, I think that's it. Yeah, if you guys liked what you saw, please consider liking and subscribing and commenting. You're welcome to share some information which maybe I didn't cover, or maybe where you think it's gonna go, possibly. Please be kind, don't be mean. This is my Patreon, if you guys want to sign up to it. It'll be cool. I do have videos which are technically early access, because I always schedule my videos. I don't really just publish them straight away. I usually schedule them. So yeah, so this video you would have gotten it 3 days earlier or something, 3 or 4 days earlier, or maybe 2 days, I don't know. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Fare thee well.